Okay, hi everybody. It's Home Care Revenue Formula Day. I hope everybody's doing well. We're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to ask one more time just to make sure I'm not crazy. If you can hear my voice and see my screen, can you raise your hand? There's a little thing on your dashboard where you can raise your little hand. I see people raising their hand. That means people are paying attention. Woohoo!
Yes, ton of hands.
So I'm going to, I'm going to
Let me know.
lower all attendees' hands. Thank you so much. We got it. There's about 44 people on. Introductions. I'm going to introduce everybody. I wasn't sure who was going to join me today from our team. I'm Valerie Van Booven. If we haven't met, hello, nice to meet you. I am going to go be the webinar person today. I haven't done this in a really long time, I feel like. We usually do 2 or 3 a year. We used to do them every month. We should probably get back to doing them quite often. It seems like everybody's pretty interested in it. And I'm glad to meet you all. I am the co-owner of Approved Senior Network. George Novison is joining us. He's here as a guest. He's the co-owner of Approved Senior Network. Dawn Fiala is on. She's our home care sales expert, sales and operations director. And we have Lisa Marsolais, who's also super awesome. And she's our client happiness person in sales. She's a home care sales expert, been in the field. And we have Annette with us. Annette's newer to us, but Annette, you've been also in home care sales for a gazillion years, right?
We have.
Yeah. So you have all these folks on here that are really good at the in-person sales and marketing. And my forte is the online sales and marketing portion of your business. So I am going to talk a little bit about both today. And I will tell you, I've learned a lot from these three ladies. So they probably will be cringing when I say, I don't know, they'll probably be like, oh my God, talking about. But I promise you that I've learned all of this from them in some way or another. So we're going to talk today about creating your revenue formula. And I would say over the last couple of years, especially since I had the pleasure of and honor to meet Dawn Fiala, I have learned a lot about in-person sales and marketing and the importance of that. And so taking all of it that I've learned from these ladies and also combining it with what we've been doing since 2008 for home care agencies is what I see creating a revenue formula that really meets all the needs of a home care agency. So what I'm about to talk about is everything all together. And some of you are already doing this because I see you, whether you're a client or not, I do see you out there doing both of these things. So we're going to talk about it. This is the crazy looking formula. So you probably want to screenshot this. It doesn't mean anything to you right now, but by the end of this webinar, it will mean a lot to you. You'll understand what all these little goofy letters mean and all my little pretty pictures. It's repeatable, scalable, time-tested, and location-tested. So as Annette, Lisa, and Dawn will tell you, everything I'm about to say works no matter where you're located. So Lisa got her chops and grew up with the home care marketing piece in San Diego, California, right? And
Yes, that is right.
yeah, and Annette's in upstate New York.
Right.
Dawn is in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And the stuff that they teach and the stuff that I've learned works the same way, no matter where you're located. So repeatable, scalable, time tested. So it definitely will work where you are. The first piece of this, none of us can really help you with, but but we know that all of you who attended today, you all have uncompromising service. Your uncompromising service means that that's the strategy of becoming a business that is there to serve and is at the center of everything. You are committed to being a servant of your customer. You're committed to being the best at what you do. You don't just serve them, you protect them from those who would sell them short by not looking out for their best interest. So you all, I know, everybody who owns a home care agency, who markets for a home care agency, who's out there promoting a home care agency of any kind, you know that one of the most important things you can have under your belt is uncompromising service. It has to be that way. Some business owners forget that their home care business is there to serve others. We don't ever want to forget that. I know you get bogged down in the day-to-day and the recruiting and the staffing and all the crazy things that happen. But at the end, we're there to serve others. It doesn't matter how much you spend on advertising or how many times you ask for referrals. If you forget that one core mindset, you'll be lost. And people can tell when your heart's not in it. If you want referral sources and customers to flock to you, build a helping system that is so incredible at helping them solve their problems. Remember, we're problem solvers, that there is no way they would go anywhere else if they had the money. There is no way they would go anywhere else. So you want to make sure that people know they'd be crazy not to do business with you. Your heart has to be in the right place to make all of this come together. And I know that from talking to thousands and hundreds of home care agency owners and marketers over the years, that usually when they start a home care business, it's because their heart is in the right place. They've had an experience that has touched them in some way, and they really want to be able to serve others better, usually, than they were served when they needed help with a family member. So most of your stories are about experiencing long-term care in some way and wishing that it was different and hoping that you could make a difference. So I know your hearts are in the right place. All right. So I'm going to talk about marrying marketing methods. I used to believe, let me say this. I've always known that in-person sales and marketing was the primary way that home care agencies received their referrals, their leads, their business. In-person sales and marketing. That's never been different. That's never changed. We've always known that. But we are primarily an online marketing company, or were until a few years ago when we started with the sales training. So I've always promoted the online portion of this. And what I find is that some companies are really good at the sales and marketing, but they forget about the online piece. And some companies are really good at the online piece, but they're not so hip on the in-person sales and marketing. And you can't do that. You have to marry them together. These two things have to come together in order to have the whole package and have a revenue formula that is repeatable, scalable, and works in any location. So I'm going to share the screen a couple of times. These are some of the people that I see every day marrying their marketing methods. I don't know. Some of these people are definitely our clients, and some of them are definitely not our clients. I have no idea who they are, but I know who they are, but I don't know, their teams. I don't talk to them, but I see them, and you should be seeing them too. And this is all from LinkedIn. Every single post you see here came off of LinkedIn. Now, Dale, our buddy Dale, is one of our clients, and I just interviewed him not too long ago, just on this topic alone. I talked to him about his videos that he makes, and I talked to him about his in-person sales and marketing. Now, he is the owner doing this himself. He doesn't have someone out there doing this for him. He's about 5 years old. He's not 5 years old. His company is about 5 years old, and they actually opened up right before the pandemic hit. Talk about a knife in the heart when you're trying to serve people in their homes and you just started. So Dale gave me a great interview. I'm happy to share that with folks. He's happy to share his experience, but I wanted to interview him and talk to him about what he does, because he posts on LinkedIn every day. Now, this is your business to business marketing. But because he does this and he's out there showing all of the things that he does, and doing a little video here and there, doing pictures, he doesn't always do a video. This has really worked remarkably well for him. So I want you guys to know that marrying these marketing methods together, you're in person. All of this stuff is in person, and all of this stuff was translated from in-person marketing to online. So if you look at Jim's another one of our clients, you can see he is very focused on community outreach. He is a part of his community. And he like sponsors a little league team. And he's always with the VFW and the local senior center and does all these things. So that's part of his strategy. And he's also been doing this for about 5 years. And he just hired his first in-person salesperson to take over and do some of this with him or for him. And that's working really well for him. And I just came across the Hope and Mo show. Have you guys seen this? You need to look at the Hope and Mo show. So they put a lawn chair in front of wherever they're marketing that day or whoever they're reaching out to or whatever event they're at. And they just do a little video. I don't think it might be a full podcast. I didn't deep dive that far, but this is the funniest thing. They're so cute. And it's really good. You guys should look up the Hope and Mo show or Maureen McCabe. It's so cute. And then we have Gabrielle from Cheer Home Care. I know Cheer, they post every day and they're always out in the community. So you see how this works there. And also I want you to see that they're tagging people and you can't see this on all of them, but they're tagging people in these posts. This works really, really well. Please marry your marketing methods. All right, so let's talk about the in-person sales and marketing piece of this. Now, this is where everybody that's on the screen with me is going to go, oh my God, what's she going to say? All right, someone in your organization needs to be your community liaison. It either needs to be you if you're small and just starting out, or it needs to be someone that you hire, right? You need a community liaison. There is no doubt about that. This is part of the formula. You have to have someone who is consistently out in your community. It can't be just you once in a while, maybe hitting up one or two. You need to find some consistency. And I know that that's hard when you are really small and you're just starting out and it's just you and you're also trying to serve clients and you're onboarding clients but you need a community liaison. If there's one thing that you're going to invest in, it's somebody to help you market your business in person. And that someone in your organization needs to understand the value of your online presence. That either needs to be you or your community liaison. So understanding that your online presence is important is key to this. So these two things need to come together. Your community liaison needs to have excellent home care sales training. So if that's you, I highly recommend that you go through some home care sales training because everything that these ladies teach, and we have a 12-week course, it's all on Zoom, it's all live, but there's accountability there. And everything they teach is exactly how they were able to take their home care agencies that they work for and boost that revenue unbelievably over a period of time. So the way that they do their home care sales and the way they're training others to do it is exactly the formula or the methods they used to be successful in their own areas. Your community liaison needs to participate in online marketing. So every time you go somewhere and you're maybe at an event, you're having an ice cream social, you're at the local nonprofit, you need to be taking pictures. You don't have to do anything with those pictures at the moment, but take a picture of yourself, take a picture of you with your marketing partner that's there, take a picture of you in the front of the building, whatever, eating ice cream. But whatever you're doing, take a picture of it, just like the folks in these pictures. Take a picture of whatever it is. You can tell here that there are no seniors in these pictures. So there's plenty of opportunity to take a picture without including people that maybe shouldn't be in the picture because you don't have their permission. Your community liaison needs to be held accountable for in-person marketing and contributing to online marketing. So you need to take pictures and then come back to the office or whatever you're doing, send those pictures to the person who's going to post them, or in our case, you can send them, if our clients send them to us and we post them. We create picture collages, the blog posts, we do whatever is needed, or maybe it's a reel to take those pictures and put them in a way that goes out to LinkedIn, it goes out to Facebook. If you want us to tag someone, we can, or you can do it yourself. But you need to do it on a regular basis. I would say that everybody on a professional basis needs to be highly engaged in LinkedIn. And by the way, connect with all of us that you see on the screen. You see our names, connect with us. We want to know more about what you're doing on LinkedIn, and we want to connect with you. So someone needs to be held accountable. And here's where I think the fall off kind of happens. If you have a community liaison and their sales and marketing is what they need to do in person, holding them accountable to also sending in those pictures. And I'm going to show you some in a minute of folks that we've trained that have sent in pictures. They're awesome. But when you hold them accountable and you believe that the online marketing portion is very important, and you know that because it is, then your community liaison will also be very helpful in getting that across. The mindset starts at the top. The owner's mindset will be the mindset of the community liaison. It will be the mindset of everyone. It all trickles down, right? I think we've all experienced that. So are we all in the right mindset? You have to do the online portion to get the word out about your in-home, your in-person sales and marketing. So ladies, did I do okay there? All right. She's giving me a thumbs up.
Valerie, I would add just one thing for the link. You can look up a facility in LinkedIn and find out who the social workers are.
That's true.
Who the director of nursing is. You can look up a facility on LinkedIn, and that could be your contact. If you don't have a name yet, it's a great way to walk in with a name. So that's all I have to add. You're doing great.
Thank you. I hope I'm hitting all the right marks. I'm going to do some more now. Don't get too nervous. Referral partners. Okay, I'm going to define this for everybody right now. A referral partner in this webinar. I know there's lots of definitions for referral partners, marketing partners, people that go out with you. I'm just talking about a senior care professional in your community that knows, likes, and trusts you, your organization, your community liaison, the owner. This is someone who believes in you. It's a referral partner. Creating your referral partners. They're the most profitable and effective way to consistently get the customers you want and predictably grow your business if you do it right. It gives you a ton of credibility right from the start, both with those in the community and with the customers that you want in your business. It's a targeted way to get your customers, and you must have a good community liaison to implement this. So we're doing what we call, know, like, and trust, right? The folks that you have out in the field have to be liked and trusted. Your company has to be trusted to get folks to refer to you on a regular basis. So the referral partnerships, the referral partners have a few distinct qualities. They have relationships with the people they plan to refer. So in other words, these are clients, these are patients in the skilled nursing facility, or their client, or their residents in the assisted living facility, or their residents in the independent senior living. They have these folks, the social worker, the activities director, the person who manages, bringing in new people into the independent living. They already have relationships with the patients or the residents that they plan to refer to you in some way. And sometimes it's a very short relationship. They're a social worker and they're trying to get a discharge done. They have a long-term relationship with this family, but that family trusts that social worker. They know that this is the person making the plans to get them home. So there's a relationship there. And the other thing about referral partnerships is that referral partner has the ability to send many referrals to your business. They have a direct relationship with you and your brand, and they may personally know you, love your service, and are natural ambassadors of your business. You have to create that know, like, and trust with them. And in the sales training that I've watched, that's exactly what these ladies teach, is how to make sure these folks trust you, and that you're not letting them down. Your business is not letting them down. The caregivers aren't letting them down. How to prepare for those referrals and get the best referrals you can. So far, so good, ladies. All right. It makes you or your community liaison a trusted expert in the market, because you end up getting referred into customers and leads that you can only get by referral. You would never get that skilled nursing facility patient at discharge from any other way. They're not going to go online and say, well, I'm not going to listen to the social worker. I'm going to use this. That typically doesn't happen. This is how you're going to get that referral. Your community liaison, whether it's you or someone you hire, is going to get that referral because you are their trusted expert. You can rinse and repeat this technique in the same or multiple markets over and over again. So not just the skilled nursing facility A, it could also be you're the trusted liaison in facility B and facility C. And then if you open up into another market, maybe you're going into the next town over. And we have clients that do that all the time. They have multiple markets that they serve. And their sales folks are the known, the liked, and the trusted in those markets. They're the face of that company. So your community liaisons need excellent sales training to make this work. And that's why I highly recommend that you just don't wing it. You have some point of reference, some sales training behind you. All right. So to identify good referral partners, a lot of you already know this, but some of you on this call probably don't. Your referral partners should consist of professionals and businesses that belong to the senior care industry, but they don't compete with your business. For example, skilled nursing facilities and rehabs, assisted living facilities, independent senior living communities, social workers, care managers, case managers, discharge planners, hospice organizations, home healthcare organizations who do not provide non-medical home care. The idea here is simple. My ideal customer is your ideal customer. You don't need to worry about your referral partner stealing your business. So a referral partner is someone who can refer to you. They are serving the same market, but they don't do exactly the same thing that you do. And just in case anybody's wondering how to identify those. Some of you I know on this call are veterans at this and you know it. And some of you are brand new and haven't, really dived into this yet. Commit to being referable. It takes time to build up trust in the eyes of your referral partners. And I hear Dawn say this, probably all of you guys say this, commit to being referable. Besides constantly improving your service and delivering value to your customers, there are many small steps you can take to make yourself referable, such as keeping your word, showing up on time, offering before being asked. Make the social worker's job easier. And in our training, Dawn and Annette have taken the time to interview social workers. And when you take the training class that we offer, you get to see those private interviews. Those private interviews tell you exactly what those social workers want from you. The social workers tell you exactly what they want. When you walk into their skilled nursing facility, they've interviewed social workers that are in large facilities, small facilities that have been care managers in the past. They interview them. We put the videos inside the training as bonus content so that you can go in and listen to what that social worker is saying to you as a community liaison. It's amazing content that everybody should have access to. The more your referral partners get to know you and your business, the more confidence they will gain, thereby making them feel more comfortable sending connections your way. Make their job easy. Be there and show up every time. So some of the, sometimes community liaisons change a lot. If they're moving, there's a lot of turnover in some organizations, right? So the more consistent you are and the more you stay with that home care agency and the more you promote that home care agency, the more trusted you are. I was just talking to a client yesterday who's been a longtime client of ours, and he has a new salesperson, not new, I guess, maybe been there for 9 months to a year. And he told his new community liaison, this is going to take a while. These folks don't know your face. They haven't met you before. And right at the 9-month mark, they started getting a bunch of referrals because Travis, who is the community liaison, has finally gained the trust. They were getting referrals before, but they're getting consistent 2 to 3 calls per week now from referral sources because of that consistency, because Travis is showing up, he's keeping his word, he's on time, he's making their job easier. And it takes time to get there. Would all of you agree with that? All right. Let's keep going. Communicate regularly. A successful referral partners are aligned and engage in ongoing communication. They reach out and engage in social media online with their own referral partners. So what I showed you a minute ago, you don't want to contact your referral partners only when you need something from them. Pass along an article about a recent industry change or send over a digital birthday card on their big day. Congratulate them on achievements. Make sure you keep communicating with them, whether it's LinkedIn, email, whatever they prefer. All right, so here's some cool pictures that I wanted to show you guys. For your referral partners, one of the things that we talk about, we have something called the Continuum Mastery Circle program. And that is sort of like a mastermind. We used to call it mastermind, but it's not exactly what I would define it as. But every other Friday, we have a meeting, and anyone who's subscribed to Continuum Mastery Circle can join that meeting. And of course, they can see all the replays. But what we do is we talk about monthly celebrations, handouts, creative weekly ideas for leave behinds, and leave behind messages. So what you see in front of you here is what some folks have sent in to us that they used, and part of this in these pictures is what we recommended they do. And actually, we have to give Lisa all the credit here, because these are a lot of the things that she has recommended that people do. The word hunts, the brain builder stuff, and then just having some other marketing material. We do a lot of discharge package, like samples and things like that, and people make them their own. You can see the QR code there, which I really like. So these kinds of messages are every single time we meet in Continuum Mastery Circle. Any of you can belong to that. And we meet 2 times per month. And I have to say that Lisa does this 3 months in advance, 3 to 4 months in advance. So we're not doing this all last minute. If it's July, she's got July, August, September at least in those meetings ready for you. And all you have to do is customize the little handout to make it your own, and go online and either buy the little goodies, which they also give you an Amazon link, or wherever. You can go to the dollar store and get stuff. Something simple, but it's memorable stuff. It's not just the same old thing that everybody's doing. It's memorable. And this is part of what your community liaisons need to be armed with in order to, have folks remember that they were there. Everything is branded in these pictures, which is awesome. This is the May leave behinds that Lisa took care of for it. So Nurses Week, she made these little, you can post these online, or you can print them out, or you can send them over to Office Depot and they will print them. You can cut them apart. And then she gives you the Amazon link where you can buy the little stuff. And this is little stuff, like 20 individually packaged things for $16.99, 30 retractable clip pens for $14.99. We don't want to spend a bunch of money on all this stuff. We want to keep this really simple, because we're not giving people big gifts. We're giving them little memorable, cute items that help them understand that we either value their service, or we want to make sure that they remember who we are by celebrating something fun and cute. So this is just one example. I think I did this twice. Yes. So here's the June leave behinds that we just did. All we have is now Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, and then the word searches. You saw somebody else had posted that. And then she did National Hydration Day, Water is Life. You add the flavor. How cute is that? And then how to get these little 50 water flavor drink packs and a little, thing of small waters. None of that is overkill. It's just these little things that you can leave behind, your community liaison can leave behind, that makes a big difference. And then July, here's July. So for all of you who are still looking for something to do in July, it's Cool to Care. Now, yes, 4th of July is the big holiday, right? But what about the rest of July when it's hot as blazes everywhere? It's Cool to Care, keep cool on us. And then these Otter Pops, and of course you give them out, they're not frozen. I always have trouble remembering this. You give them out, they're not frozen. They have to throw them in the freezer after you give them to them. It's a really cute way to do this. And then there's the links to buy stuff. So this is all done in community, in Continuum Mastery Circle, 2 Fridays a month. Everything's pretty much done for you. You just customize it and you're on your way. Okay, home care sales training equals referral partners. In this case, in fact, Dawn Fiala and I are headed to Orlando on Monday because on Tuesday we're doing a half-day training for the Home Care Association of Florida. It's Home Care Con time. If you live in Florida and you're in home care, you probably know about this. Home Care Con is one of the biggest home care conferences in the United States, even though they're just the state of Florida. Of course, there's a lot of folks, probably about 600 folks attend. And so we're headed there. And what they asked us to present on this year is on the best way to do home care sales training. What's the best way to take care of these community liaisons, you know, the best training methods and all that. So we're about to go do a whole half-day session about this. So I'm going to give you the rundown, the quick rundown. We feel that it's better to be limited to very small classes. These are 12 weeks, 1 time per week. I say 3 months, it's 12 weeks, 1 time per week. We also provide video training prior to the first class. And Dawn's right about this. Everybody needs to be on the same page when they go through sales training. So it's better to have that video training. It's you know, about 9 to 12 hours. We give that to everybody 2 weeks before their class starts. They can go through that and everybody has an idea of what's going on here and all the different things we're going to talk about. We limit the training to home care agencies in non-competing territories. The sales training participants are held accountable for tasks and goals. It includes a sales playbook and handouts, one-on-one support. It increases the referrals. It builds strong relationships. And I have seen these ladies, they're texting back and forth, helping the salesperson through a challenge or congratulating them on a wonderful day and getting their first referrals. And then we've got testimonials from folks that just blow me away about how effective this home care sales training. Did I miss anything, Dawn? Anybody?
No, I don't think so. It's exciting for us, just as exciting for us as it is for them when they get their first 24.
Oh yeah.
They got into a sniff, they were scared to death to go in, and they got a referral right out the gate. It's so exciting for us, and we are there to support them. We get lots of questions. We share a text message, so when they text in, all of us see it, and we're all just jumping to answer the question. So it's super fun and exciting for us too.
Yeah,
Totally.
It's been, yeah, and I think that they've had newbies, brand new, you know, never done home care sales in their life, getting referrals, and also owners and marketers who've been in the business a while that take this, and everybody's thrilled with the results. So and everybody is held accountable for, you know, doing some of the things that need to be done from week to week. So it's great.
And I think the 3 months is important too, because people need to apply what they've learned. And then if they get stuck, have a place to come back and say, hey, I got stuck. And they're learning from each other too. So what works in one sniff may not work in the next one. And so there's a lot of back and forth and problem solving to do a one and done training. You know, I mean, I've trained lots and lots of marketers in my time, and they always need something. They need that mentorship. It's not a one and done just doesn't work. They need to be able to come back and ask questions and, you know, overcome objections on the spot. It's a really tough thing to learn, but in 12 weeks time, I think they've all learned it. They're all doing really well. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree that the one-on-one commitment of these ladies to everybody who's in the classes is really great. And I think the small classes are nice because they can talk in front of each other. And they're not talking to a competitor or in front of a competitor. They're all in different parts of the country, and they trust each other as well as trusting Dawn and Annette and Lisa, and they're able to talk through their issues. So I think that small class is also really helpful. So
many of them stay in contact after the class is over, we're finding too.
Yeah, no,
with each other,
that's great.
because they've
Encourage-
found, yeah.
they
That's-
found their people.
Right.
All right, so let's talk about online marketing. Now, this is more of my forte. So you understand the importance of the in-person sales training, the in-person sales and marketing. That's never going to go away. That is your most important thing. The consistency is key. For the online marketing, I've been preaching this for 17 years, 16 years, something like that. How old are my kids? So your website. Some of you are franchise owners, so your website is your website. There's nothing, you have a website and that's the website you get. And that's okay. We work with those all the time. Also, if you are not a franchise owner, or if you're a franchise owner who can have their own website, which we've found lately has been the case, we recommend a fast, professional, and lead generating site. This is just a fast look at some of the ones we've recently put together, not just in home care, but also adult day services, independent living, home care registry versus home health care versus non-medical. We typically our clients are usually non-medical home care, but you have to have a website that is 2024. If your website was built more than 3 years ago, I can tell you right now that the technology behind it is getting old, and it's really worth it to have let us do an analysis of it so we can show you where it's at today, and you can do with that what you will. Also, your visibility in search is important. This is a screenshot of one of our clients who's in our enhanced SEO program, and they happen to be in the Fresno area. And so what I want to show you is where my pink lines are. When they started with us, they either had no visibility, or in some cases they were pretty visible, that you can see like a 2. Like on March 29th, they were number 7, number 2, number 2. This is great. And then the blank line there, the dash, that means they had no visibility. Number 8, number 12, no visibility, number 7. And I didn't put all of the keyword phrases on here. I just gave you a snapshot. But now you can see on June 27th, I ran these last week. You can see where they land. Everything's going to go up and down once in a while. But if we can keep you in the number 1 spot and the number 2 spot and the number 3 spot, and these little icons with the little dot in the middle, that's a map icon. And what that tells you is that they are number 3 on the maps, number 1 on the maps, number 2 on the maps. And when you look at search results, those map listings are usually toward the top. Now, Google has lots of paid ads, but usually toward the top are those map listings. And that's where we want you to show up, is on those map listings. So this is what a great website with enhanced SEO does for a client. It takes them from sometimes non-existent to all the way to the top. And that's what we want for everybody. Not only do you need to be visible in person, but visible online. So let's talk about LinkedIn. Boy, that's a big slide right there. LinkedIn. Let's talk about it. Some people don't believe in LinkedIn, and I'll tell you that for a couple of years after Microsoft bought LinkedIn, I was a non-believer. But things have changed. Things have changed, and people are now gravitating toward LinkedIn for their professional to professional networking. Also, this is Teepa Snow's positive approach to dementia care. I love it. And if you haven't followed her, you should. She also has over 1 million, maybe it's over 2 million or 3 million followers on TikTok. So you should also look at her on TikTok. She's amazing. So, LinkedIn is one of the places where you should definitely be. And if you haven't taken your profile and really jazzed it up, now's the time. You never, never, never want to have like you see Dale has this picture there. You never want to have that be blank. You definitely want it to be all filled out. Do everything you can. I'm doing a big LinkedIn a LinkedIn presentation for Continuum Mastery Circle on Friday. So we're going to go through everything you should be doing. But LinkedIn is some place where you should be posting all the time. And then Facebook. I'm not going to go into a big to-do on Facebook, but every single one of you should have a Facebook business page and should be posting there as well. Our clients know that we post for them on LinkedIn, on their company page, and on their Facebook business page for them 5 days a week, typically, if we have access to them. And the last thing I'm going to talk about with regard to social media is video. And I know this is hard for so many people because I actually do interviews with our clients, and sometimes they just can't, they don't like the video because they don't like to see themselves on video. But I will tell you that if you can just take this device, it disappears. If you take this device and you record yourself on video in your car, sort of like, let's see, this right here, Dale, sometimes he does those in his car. But I see a lot of this, and you're just sharing your thoughts in that video. Quick, just share your thoughts about either who you just visited, where you just were, what event you just attended, or just what's on your mind that day regarding home care and seniors and aging. If you could just do that every once in a while, once a week, maybe more if you can do it more, that is what you need to do. You notice that Instagram is not on here. I'm not a huge fan of Instagram. I don't think it's your demographic for home care. But you would also argue that perhaps TikTok's not your demographic. And I would say that's changing very rapidly. There are tons of seniors, professionals, home care agencies, people doing TikToks that have nothing to do with teenagers and dancing and weird stuff. You can go down a big rabbit hole on TikTok, but what I want you to know is you can do that. Take that one video and share it on all of these platforms pretty easily today. They don't make it hard anymore. There's all kinds of software out there. If you don't have a marketing agency like ours, you can do this yourself, and it's very important. If you look at our TikTok channel, sometimes my face is in those, sometimes Dawn's face is in them, and sometimes they're just none of our faces are in them. But we try to keep up and make sure that we're posting fairly regularly on TikTok. We also post those videos on LinkedIn, also post them on Facebook, and also on YouTube. We do all 4 of those. And it's funny because we have a form on our website that people fill out, and we ask them, how'd you hear about us? And I can't tell you how many times it's either LinkedIn or YouTube. It's crazy how many people, we don't get as many TikToks, but we get a lot of LinkedIn and YouTube. So please, please, please post your videos on all 4 platforms. You can use your phone. I used to hate it when people use their phone, but that's the thing now. So please use your phone. Sit in your car if you want to. You don't have to look perfect. If you want to look perfect, you can do it on, film your video on TikTok and use a filter, and then use that, download that to your phone and use it on other platforms. Who cares? But you don't have to look beautiful. You don't have to look like anything. You don't have to have makeup on. People don't care. If you're genuine, that's what they care about. Please do that. Okay, automation. This is the piece that brings it all together. So we're talking about marrying everything, marrying all of the online and the offline. Somebody just raised their hand, but if you guys, by the way, I should say this, if you have questions now that we're moving on to automation, you can type them into the little chat, and at the end, you're welcome to open up and your lines and talk about anything you want, but I will take all the questions at the end. So please go to the chat and ask your question, and I will happily answer those at the end. So let's talk about automation. One of the things I've always been very, very clear about is that all of us need to eliminate follow-up failure, whether it's the in-person marketing or the online. Eliminating follow-up failure should be a primary goal for all of us. It is hard for us to remember who we talked to, what we promised them, and getting back to them or thanking them every single day. So we put together a CRM system, which I'm going to talk about, that eliminates that follow-up failure. So some people ask me, what is a CRM? You say that all the time. I have no idea what you mean by CRM. A CRM is a customer relationship management platform. So that means all your customers, all your leads, all your referral sources, everybody goes in there. It's like a contact list, right? And you have everybody organized inside of that CRM, so you can send them messages based on who they are. If they're a lead, you would send them a different message than a referral source. So what we did was we took the ASN Spark CRM, we customized it for home care and home health care, and it's used specifically for sales, marketing, recruiting, and retention. It's not used to keep EMR records. That's not what it's used for. We don't replace WellSky. We don't replace that kind of thing. We don't replace your scheduling software. This is for your salesperson, your marketing, and anybody in recruiting and retention. So that's what a customer relationship management system is and what it should do. It eliminates the need for other software platforms. So all of your phone calls can even be done through that system, through our system. Texting can be done. Newsletters go out. All of our clients have a monthly newsletter that goes out straight from their CRM. All of your contacts can be organized. Everything can be organized inside of that CRM. And you also want one that's not overpriced. I was just talking to a client yesterday who was thinking about investing in Keep, K-E-A-P, which is so complicated. I mean, we've tried them all, trust me. It's so complicated and you need customization to make it work unless you're a wizard at it already. Even HubSpot can be really, really expensive. I think we have one client who was using HubSpot, came over to us, and I think we saved them around $10,000 a year, getting them off of HubSpot. So the system that we offer is not overpriced, and almost every client that is in our programs has access to it. If they're in our marketing programs, they have access to it. We help them organize it, customize it, do whatever they need, especially for their salespeople. It is customized to fit your needs as an organization, whether you're really large or really small. It is definitely something you can use every single day and has an app that comes with it. So this is just kind of a list of everything it does. Email, text campaigns to your referral sources. So we have a whole suite of emails that they're customized to you, but they're already kind of put together so that you can easily send out a referral source, a cute email or a follow-up or a thank you or, hey, I just stopped by. And then email and text campaigns to consumer leads. So you have somebody come in from caring.com, you instantly want to make sure that you're emailing, texting them, and letting them know that somebody's going to be right there to follow up. You want all of these people to be on your monthly newsletter list. A newsletter is still very important to stay top of mind. So this system takes care of that. It makes it easy for advocates to refer with forms and communication. So if you have a referral source that you love and you want them to have their own referral form on your website, we can give you a referral form on your website. We know we've gotten a lot of requests for that lately. I want a referral source form on my website on a page where I can just give them a flyer with QR code, they scan it, and bam, they're right there on that form. They don't have to fax me anything. They don't have to call unless they need to, and they can just put the referral information on that form. We get it. We take care of it. It's instant. They're automatically thanked, and it just goes from there. Tasks, appointments, there's a mobile app, there's a desktop version. So when your salespeople are in the field, boom, they just pull up that mobile app, add the contact information, send an email, do whatever they want straight from the mobile app. They can even call from the mobile app. So they're not calling from their actual phone. They're calling from the phone number that they have been assigned inside the app, so that they're never really calling from their personal phone number, if that makes sense. Website, social media, forms on your website, your newsletter, all of that connects. So when you have a CRM system that works this way, your website that we build for our clients, all those websites I showed you, the forms automatically take that information that person fills out, and boom, it goes into the CRM. And based on what that form was for, it's a new lead, it's a referral source, a series of automations sets off and does all the things it's supposed to do to help that person. Onboarding, monitoring, and optimization. So when folks come on board with us and they want the CRM, they want to use it, and we're so thankful that most of our clients in some form use the CRM almost every day. We onboard them, we help them onboard their staff when they get a new person that comes on board with them, like a new recruiter or a new scheduler or new somebody. We take the time to have a meeting with that person and teach them how to use the system. They can monitor stuff that's going on by looking at the CRM, how many phone calls have come in from their Google ads or from their Facebook ads, and we can optimize it for them. So this is everything that helps marry together that in-person and that online marketing. This is just a little illustration that shows you what a lead goes through, because you might want to know, like, oh, well, what do you mean automation? What happens? So here are the steps. A consumer visits your website, they fill out a form for information or a free guide. We have done a lot of free guides lately, and that has really spurred conversations with people and leads that have come to your website. So we highly recommend that. So they get a free guide on home care in St. Louis, Missouri, what to know before you hire a home care agency in St. Louis, or whatever it is that you want to put up there. We have that, and we even create the guides, by the way. So they fill out that form. The CRM sends them an automatic email and a text with the free guide and any other info. The CRM sends you, or whoever is responsible in your office for taking care of that lead, it sends you that immediate notification of that lead. So you get a text and an email that says, hey, a new lead just came to your website. You need to follow up. And then you contact the lead as soon as possible. And then the lead is added to a 10-part email drip campaign. So we have these email drip campaigns. A drip campaign means that it goes out over a series of days. So they're educational emails that go out every couple of days and educate on another aspect of being a family caregiver, or of all the different kinds of specialty home care you might offer, whether it's memory care or Parkinson's care. That 10-part email drip campaign goes out over a series of 30 days. So every 3 days or so, they get an email. The lead is added to your monthly newsletter automatically. You don't have to do anything. Boom, they're added to your monthly newsletter. That lead has been nurtured, and more clients are signed on each month. So if you have a process like this that's automated, the only step, you didn't actually take any steps except for contacting the lead, because that's what you need to do with every lead, right? But you don't actually have to do any of these manually. The consumer filled out the form and the whole automation process started. You contact them, find out what their needs are. Hopefully they become a closed client. But in the meantime, if they're tire kickers and they're just looking for information, they're going to be nurtured all the way through their process. So here is a referral source automation. This is just an example. So you or your community liaison connect with a new referral source. And the referral source is then added to your CRM account. The community liaison sends a follow-up email. The community liaison adds a referral source to schedule for follow-up in person and via email. So the community liaison gets to decide, okay, I've sent them an email that I stopped by. I would like a face-to-face with them. I would love to meet with them again, or remind myself to meet with them again in 8 days. And so they can do all that through the CRM. The referral source is added to perhaps an email drip campaign, just an educational set of emails. It doesn't tell them what home care is, but it tells them what you can do for them and how you can make their life easy. The referral source is added to your monthly newsletter. The community liaison gets a referral because they're reminded. Your referral source, your social worker, your discharge planner is reminded all the time that you're there, whether you're really there or not. And you're still visiting them every 8 days or whatever your schedule is for them. But in the meantime, when you're not there, they get a little email from you, a little note. Could be simple. It doesn't have to be complicated and long. They're not going to read anything that's complicated and long. And they get your monthly newsletter, and bam, Friday afternoon, they send you a referral. And then you send them the thank you email and a thank you card, and more clients are signed each month. So that's my referral source automation. Caregiver retention. Everybody wants to retain their caregivers, especially that first 90 days is so important. So what do we have here? A caregiver retention automation. So every time a new caregiver is hired, they're added to your CRM account. They're sent a welcome email and a text. They're sent a happiness email and text weekly during the first 90 days. A happiness email and text is, how are you doing? Are you happy with the hours you're getting? Are you happy with your clients? Are you having any challenges? Is there anything I can help you with? That's a happiness email. 90-day hiring anniversary text and email are sent. So at their 90-day anniversary, you're congratulating them. You're saying thank you. They've been around for 90 days. You're sending them a birthday text and an email. You're sending them a text on every major holiday, telling them to have a great Mother's Day, a great Father's Day, a great Thanksgiving, whatever it is. And you're sending them caregiver appreciation texts and emails as well. You retain more caregivers and you make the caregivers happy. I have watched these texts go out and I get notified a lot, sort of as I was a default person for a while. So I see a lot of the replies that come back from the caregivers who receive these happiness texts and these birthday messages and major holiday messages. I see them and they're always thankful that somebody reached out to them on a regular basis and said, thank you for doing what you do. And it makes them, it's not going to retain every caregiver, but it's certainly better than the alternative, which is never communicating with them unless you need them. So I would imagine that sending out these caregiver happiness emails and texts and other things to recognize them has really helped a lot of our home care agency clients keep their caregivers. This is a great thing to add, and the CRM handles it all. You don't have to do anything. You set them in there. You do have to tell us when they're hired, and you have to tell us if they leave your organization, so we take them out of the mix. But otherwise, it's all taken care of. I think we go up to 3-year anniversaries, 5-year anniversaries, something like that, 3 years maybe. So every annually, they get a congratulations message. You can decide if you want to add gifts to that, like a gift card for their 1-year anniversary. You can decide that. We don't make that a requirement. It's just a text and an email, but certainly you can give them a little something. So what else can be automated? Monthly newsletters, email and text drip campaigns of any kind, social media posting, home care reviews. We have an entire system set up for home care reviews. You all need more reviews. And I know you know that. I know that's hard. That's a really hard thing to do, but we do have a full system. So you could turn off the other review systems that you're paying for. It's all included. Recruiting processes, tasks, calendars, appointments, meeting reminders, orientation reminders, event reminders are all in there. This is what the mobile app looks like in the field. So messenger style email, SMS calls, and social chats are all here. You can chat with anyone you want from your mobile app. You can manage your appointments on the go. You can stay connected and receive calls in the app, and you can do reputation management from the app as well. The desktop version looks like this. This is just the dashboard. This is not what the contacts look like, but it tells you, if we customize your dashboard for you, it can tell you how many contacts you have, how many resource guides have been requested, how many job seekers you have had this month, last month, how many newsletter recipients you've had. So I blanked out a couple of things on here, but these are all the salespeople for this organization. And you can tell, if I were to uncover this, you'd be able to see how many contacts are attributed to each one of these people. So that's pretty cool information to have. Contacts assigned by user. All right, so we're toward the end of our webinar here. So here's the formula again. You need to have uncompromising service, which we know all of you intend to have. You need to marry your marketing methods. Your community liaison, your referral partners, and your online marketing all need to come together. And you need automation to avoid the follow-up failure. Don't have follow-up failure in your life. You need to make sure you're following up with everybody, and you can make it easy and automated. So what's missing? What's missing from your organization? Is it your community liaison? Is it the sales skills, the sales ideas? Is it your website? Is your SEO not helping you show up? Is it your social media? Is it your automation, your follow-up? Is it getting organized? What is missing from this mix that's keeping you from having that complete revenue formula? The people that we see that are the most successful, the agencies that we see that are most successful, have every single one of these things. They have all of this. They didn't have it all when they started, but they started adding on their community liaison or their sales skills, or they added on a better website, or they added on better social media or the automation. They started adding on, and as they added to that formula, they finally have that complete formula. The biggest organizations that we talk to and that we have as clients have some mix of all of this. So if you would like to find out what's missing, or if you know what's missing from your organization, you can go to this, you can scan this QR code from your, wherever you're sitting, you can scan the QR code if you're not on your phone. And you can, or you can go to bit.ly/contact ASN. You can go to either one of these QR code or bit.ly/contact ASN, and it will take you to a contact us form. And we'll do a free marketing review and analysis of any of this stuff. It's everything I just talked about. And everybody's been getting the emails about this. Dun, dun, dun. So we have a bunch of things that we give away on our website already and that we want to give you. So I want everybody to have the 5 critical trends home care agencies must be prepared for. What should home care agencies spend on marketing? That's a great eye opener. Creating your home care agency sales playbook, and 9 powerful lessons in attracting more and better home care clients, blah, 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 blah. These and these 2 matrices, I would like you to have all of those. And we'll give you those because you attended. I'm going to put the links to those in the follow-up email that is in, will come to you after the webinar is over, so you can get all of these top ones. These bottom ones are brand new, and I know you want them. This is a social media setup pack, but it's got a bunch of stuff in it that you've probably never seen before. It's got a profile perfect playbook and checklist, a visual vault. This is the images, and I was shocked to see this. I think this is the best advice of all time. What images you should go out and get right now. And I mean pictures of stuff. It's crazy interesting. The Home Care Agency's Guide to Social Media Brilliance, 7 Content Essentials. And this right here, the Q3 Home Care Content Guide, that's actually an Excel spreadsheet that tells you what you need, what holidays, and what handouts you need. And it's all written out for you. So that stuff you can have too. But I need you to set up an appointment by going to this bit.ly/contact ASN, bit.ly/contact ASN. And before this webinar, people already started making these appointments, I believe. Dawn, I thought I saw a couple. People were already making appointments to talk to Dawn. If you're missing any of these, or you're wondering about them, or just want to talk to them, or get Dawn's or Lisa's opinion on what you're currently doing, a free marketing review and analysis, they'll even look at your website, your speed, all the things. Scan this QR code if you're on your desktop, or go to bit.ly/contact ASN and sign up for an appointment. And I will make sure that Dawn gives you, or Lisa gives you, all of those other free guides that are there. You can't find those online yet, but we'll give them to you. All right. Anybody have any questions? Is there anything in chat? There's no questions in the chat. Oh, there is?
Couple little. So it's not in the chat. It's in the Q&A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So a couple were answered. A recording. Yes, we're sending a recording. Someone would like 12-week course info, which maybe we could send in the follow-up or the replay.
Sure. We'll send that.
And then we're sending the slides, right? In the
I don't send the slides. I don't send the slides, but I will send the video out to everybody. I don't send
the video.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last question is, what do you recommend, Constant Contact or the CRM to be used? So I feel like the CRM can take the place of Constant Contact, but that's the question.
If you already have our CRM, if you are a client and you already use our CRM, or if you want to, I would say lose the Constant Contact, because you don't need to pay for 2 things. You need to keep all your contacts in one place. So the CRM has the same drag and drop newsletter builder that Constant Contact has. It's almost identical. And actually, for our clients in our programs, we put together the newsletter every month for them. They don't even have to touch it. So we do the whole thing. We put together the newsletter, we send it out. It's got, all their company news, anything that they've submitted to us over the course of the month. Anything that's coming up, it's all in their newsletter already. We do this by hand every single month, twice a month, actually, because we have some people that go on first, some people that go on 15th. Anyway, but constant contact can be turned off. MailChimp, constant contact, it replaces all of those kinds of newsletter services. It's exactly the same drag and drop interface. It's super easy. And so I have some frequently asked questions that are often asked of us. How much do your services cost? That is a question that we get asked all the time. We don't put it in a webinar. We don't put it online. You do have to talk to us because not everybody needs the same thing. So it would be crazy for us to put our prices online plus, competitors. So if you want to know pricing, you need to contact us or go to the the QR code there. How long have you been in business? We've been in business since 2008. So my kids are 17, so that means 16 years. Oh my gosh. What areas do you serve? We serve the US and Canada. We have clients in both. Do you have a dedicated home care sales training? Absolutely. We have video version. We have the Continuum Mastery Circle. That's every other Friday. I highly recommend everybody do that. And we also have the 12-week dedicated small group, non-competitive people training. And those classes start. There's a new class starting almost every other week or so. We kind of had a blip between the end of June and get through the 4th of July week, but almost every other week there's a new class starting. So you can join at any time. You can look at go to the contact thing here on my screen, bit.ly/contact ASN, and you can let us know that that's what you're interested in. There's also on our website, once you get there on our website, there's the whole page on the sales training stuff. Do you do all of my online marketing? Yes. If you're in that program, in our online marketing program, we do it all, but we want you to participate. We can't do it without you. We don't need you to post anything, but we do need you to communicate with us and be a partner in online marketing. So the pictures that you take, the events that you attend, we need you to share that with us, and we teach you how to share that with us through our support portal so that we can help you. Do you have SEO services? Yes, absolutely. Do you help with Google Ads? Yes. I don't recommend that be the first thing you look for, but yes. Back to SEO services. We have very good SEO program that has helped dozens and dozens. I think we have, 50 clients in it right now. And I was just going through some of the results and they're amazing. Do you develop home care websites? Absolutely. Of course we do. How many employees do you have? 20. How is your customer support? It's stellar because Lisa and Dawn Stone, who's not on here, have our client happiness people, and they will make sure you're always happy. But we are very fast. I would say very fast, very responsive. And I know that's something that people really struggle with is how is your support? And of course, I'm going to say it's great, but I will tell you that we pride ourselves in our customer support being quick, being responsive, even after hours. Sometimes I don't promise that all the time, but if you've got something going on that you need help with, or if I'm paying attention like after hours, sometimes I answer myself, I answer you, but our support staff is great. Do I own my website? Absolutely you do. We do not own your website. Do I own the content on my website? Absolutely you do. We do not hijack your website, keep it from you. If you want to move it tomorrow, you can move it tomorrow. How often do you present new leave behinds and handouts? We do that every other week on Friday. Please join us for Continuum. All right, I think that's it. Anything else for me, Lisa?
I think there's some more questions.
There's a few questions and they're open in the Q&A. Do you see that? Or
what? No, what? Why can I not see the Q&A?
I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I can
There
see
you
it. Wait. Q&A. I can't see it though. For some reason. Oh, maybe it's because I'm
open. There's open, answered, and
okay. Can you tell me what they are?
yeah, one we already took care of, two we already took care of. Let's see. Do you charge for the appointment or the playbooks you listed earlier? No, we don't charge for the appointment.
No, there's no
Just
charge to talk to us. It's like a business consultation. Just, we need to find out more about you to understand how we might be able to help you. And if we can't help you, we'll certainly let you know that as well. But yeah, no, it's all free.
Let's see what else. What else? How much is the program and the CRM? I guess if you want to schedule an appointment, we can talk about that a little bit.
Right?
Are you going to send us information about the monthly leave behind ideas? If you schedule an appointment, we can also talk about that and how you can get those. And then
Yes.
how far in advance do they get put out? I'm not sure.
Well, for you,
We're
you do
talking
3 months, you do 3 months in advance, usually 3 to 4
Oh,
months.
the leave behinds,
I think
maybe.
leave
Yeah,
behind. Yeah.
definitely. 3 months.
Yeah,
So
we
you
want
can
you,
plan your time and your budget.
and I would tell you that for Continuum, if you join that program, the holidays coming up, August is rough. There's not a whole lot to celebrate except that it's hot and everybody's going back to school. But when September hits, October, Halloween, November, Thanksgiving, December, Christmas, Hanukkah, all that. So so I've seen this for 2 years now almost, and I can tell you that the handouts and leave behinds for the holidays coming up are amazing. And it's not stuff that everybody else does. So it's definitely a standout opportunity. So if you do nothing else, I would highly recommend looking at Continuum Mastery Circle. If you go to this link, this bit.ly/contact ASN or scan QR code, once you're there, fill out that form and we'll talk to you about it. But also, if you look around on the website, since you're there anyway, you can see where our Continuum Mastery Circle is under sales training, and you can look at all the stuff that we talk about in Continuum.
And our leave behinds, one leave behind a month is going to help you get people to come out of their office and talk to you, especially the ones coming up for the holidays. You need a reason, to stop by, and you need to get them to come out and talk to you. You need a face-to-face at least once a month with all of your referral sources. And so our leave behinds will do that. And so I think that's a big piece, definitely a big piece to Mastery Circle too.
Yes, Mastery Circle is probably on the low end of pricing and the easiest thing. And plus the replays are there. If you can't attend in person every other Friday, you have access to all the replays for 2024. So you can actually go back and see everything we said in January, February, March, April, May, June, and July. So it's not just the upcoming. You have access to all the videos for the year of 2024.
And the forum too, Valerie. Did you mention the forum?
Oh yeah, the sales support forum. So we have a sales support forum. It is not on Facebook. It is a group that we send out. You automatically have access to that when you're in the Continuum program. And it's people asking questions, and we send out announcements. And when a video is ready, you want to watch a video or you need a PDF of the last slides, we do give out our slides from every Continuum Mastery Circle meeting. We give out all the slides because you want those links to put the leave behinds and handouts together. So there's so much that you get from just that meeting alone. But that's a great way. The support forum is there, and these ladies are in there all the time. And Annette's always sending out stuff and making sure you know what's new and what's happening in the support forum.
And we have people ask us questions in the support forum too. What do I do when I pull up to a hospice building? What do I say to someone in a skilled nursing facility? So we get a lot of those types of questions in the forum as well.
And people leave pictures in there of some of the handouts they've done and some of the activity that they've been doing, just to show examples of what they did this week. And it's great because then you get more ideas too about what you could be leaving behind. So it's very cool. All right, if that's it, I think that we're just a little over, but we got all the way through it. I hope that helps. That is your home care revenue formula, and I'm on my last slide. So we hope to see everybody on appointments and in Continuum, and let's see how we can serve you. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.